All right, so yesterday we looked at the different biomes. We went through the first half of lesson 2, so your notes should already be done, and then you can flip it over to the back side. We're going to be going through the last two biomes today. What do you think makes a place a desert? Do all deserts have high temperatures and sand dunes? When I think of a desert, that's what I think of. I think of really hot, high temperatures, a lot of sand, not a lot of trees. I think a lot of like Arizona where it's very warm. Although many deserts are very hot, they can be much cooler at night. Some can be quite cold most of the time. Not all sand dunes are, or not all deserts have sand dunes. Some are very rocky. A desert can be covered by a very flat layer of salt. So, what exactly is a desert? Deserts are often defined as an area that receives less than 25 centimeters of snow or rain each year. So even looking at this desert, there's not just a whole bunch of sand. There's a lot of rocks, a couple trees, but not very many. So just looking at our notes, there are different types of deserts. And deserts are an area that receive little rain. If you ever need help, just a little quick fun trick. If you never ever need help spelling the difference between the word desert and desert. Dessert has two S's because you always want two desserts, not just one. So if you ever need help spelling deserts and desserts, that's the difference there. All right, we're going to keep reading where it says desert organisms. Desert organisms have special structures and behaviors that help them survive in the dry conditions of many deserts. Some desert plants have large root systems close to the surface of the ground. These roots quickly take up any water from rain. To deal with high temperatures, many animals rest during the day. Some dig into the ground to get cool. They look for food in the cooler temperatures of the night. So they might sleep during the day, and then at night is when they might go out looking for their food. What desert organisms can you name? Communities of the desert may include rattlesnakes, lizards, jackrabbits, and beetles. Bushes, grasses, and cactuses may grow in the desert as well. The largest deserts are found in northern Africa and southwest Asia. A large part of Western Australia is a desert. What other places are deserts? So like I talked about, is in South America or southern North America. So in like Arizona, there's deserts there, but the most of them are found in Africa and like especially the largest ones. Emos are found in many areas of Australia, including deserts. They may travel many kilometers each day to find food and water. All right, so just going through our notes, desert organisms have special structures and behaviors, especially like sleeping during the day and getting food at night. Some plants have large root systems, and that's to carry or grab the rain as soon as it is there. Many animals then rest during the day to avoid the hot temperatures. Now we're going to jump to the tundra biomes, which is completely opposite of the desert biomes. The tundra is a very cold biome with little rain. Tundras are generally in the most northern areas of the world. Rodents, rabbits, and caribou feed on small plants and grasses. Weasels, owls, and foxes also live on the tundra. So this is going to be very different from the desert, but it is a very cold biome and it also has just little rain. So it's then similar to the biome we looked at yesterday with deciduous forest where it's cooler and there's not a lot of rain, but the tundra is just very, very cold. Looking then at carrying capacity. Certain factors limit the number of organisms that can live in any ecosystem. Limiting factors include the amount of food, water, space, or shelter. A population may grow only to a certain size and still have all its needs met. The number of organisms that can live in a space is called the carrying capacity. So, just looking at that, certain factors limit the number of organisms that can live and survive in an ecosystem. Those factors include the amount of rain, water, space, or shelter. And then the number of organisms that can live in a place is the carrying capacity. And that's what creates the balance within a biome is the carrying capacity. In the tundra, overcrowding results if a population grows larger than the carrying capacity. Organisms will not be able to meet their needs. They must move to another area or they will not survive. In the tundra, a major limiting factor is the short time of warm weather. The soil is frozen during all but a few weeks each year. Even then, only the top layer of soil thaws. Plants cannot grow deep roots or tall stems. Trees cannot grow in these conditions. So even if you're just looking at this picture here, all of this is just grass. There's no large trees or bushes for the animals to eat. Trees cannot grow in these conditions. The small plants that grow in the tundra provide less food and shelter for animals than larger plants that grow in warmer forests. What biome has a carrying capacity like the tundra? And I kind of touched on that it is very similar to the deciduous forest, but also it's like the desert where there's not a lot of places for shelter for the animals. So your notes should be complete, and then you can go ahead and go out to your worksheet. And then the worksheet is going to have different questions about the biomes that we went through, and then 2 true and false. The bottom question asks, many species of birds leave deciduous forests in the fall. Identify 2 limiting factors that might cause these animals to go to other places. So this is similar to the weather in Wisconsin, why animals go down south for the fall or for the winter, and all that it's asking you is 2 reasons that why they might go to the south. So if you need some help on that, I would look at page 131 to help you out with that. Think about the factors such as weather and shelter. And then once you are done with that worksheet, you are all set to go for lesson 2.